It was him! Kairos!
What are you talking about?
He tried
What the
to...
hell is going on back there?
Something's wrong with A.R.M.I.N.
No, it's not... Damn it.
Just take slow breaths, okay?
What could it be?
You gonna be alright, Ensign?
Yes. Sir, I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize. Just spit it out already.
Kairos. He tried to kill me.
What?
You're serious?
I knew there was something wrong with that prick.
When did this happen?
Right before I got on the transport.
In the open hallway?
No, I was in my own room.
He was just waiting for you?
Doesn't look like you sustained any major injuries.
Just roughed up a bit.
Why would he do something like that in the first place?
He kept using strange words. I think he might be like Annie.
Another gene carrier?
Can it, Hanji? Anything else?
He had a knife with him.
Huh? No one has those types of weapons on the Arks. Not even the police.
Do you think he's behind the other murders?
Wouldn't be surprising.
Well, we're not just gonna let this go, right?
We can always send a distress signal to the Arks. Inform them of the situation.
But we have to be careful. If it's not discreet, Kairos will find out.
Can we just pick one person to tell?
This is something the Admiral will need to know. She's our best bet. Hanji, can we configure the message to send to her office alone?
Yes. We'll use a special level of encryption that only her system can open.
Good.
Admiral, this is Ensign Yeager. The lieutenant calling himself Kairos. He's an enemy, just like Annie. Perhaps a gene carrier like me. He's dangerous. He tried to kill me.
If he managed to get on board, he may have special access to ship computers. Tread carefully. If he's a gene carrier, he's a threat.
The question is what he's after.
He tried to kill A.R.M.I.N. Someone like him.
The theory with Annie was that she was the cause of the Titan attack a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
Well, then why did he even care about A.R.M.I.N? He could have just brought more Titans.
Not if he learned about A.R.M.I.N's powers. Perhaps he didn't know.
It wasn't something we were being open about. Shit politics.
If I'm the only human who can control Titans, then I was the only threat he truly had.
Killing you would have made his job much easier.
Mikasa, weren't you with him this afternoon?
You left the pool early.
Yeah, I was.
Did he do something to you?
Well, he...
It's a yes or no question, Mikasa.
Jeez, let the girl talk. Not everything has to be a fucking contest between you two.
He wanted to stay after I told him to leave.
But he did leave, right?
Yes. Thankfully, Mia came to the door just in time.
I do try.
I'm sorry. I never thought you would need that kind of protection.
I could have handled it. I did handle it.
We're just worried about you. Now that we know you're dealing with a total creep.
It's okay. I appreciate it.
Words aren't enough sometimes.
What do you mean?
Promises have to be kept. With you in my squad, at least I'll be able to fulfill mine.
Levi?
I knew your mother, Mikasa.
What? No, you didn't say anything before.
Sometimes guardians work best in the shadows.
How did you know her?
She was my sister.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's so kind of you to join me.
Our pleasure.
The tall one barely speaks, Admiral. The other seems conflicted.
Thank you, Kabir. Now, this report says you surrendered yourselves to the police?
Yes.
And I'm to believe you just willy-nilly decided to fuck off with whatever plans you had before?
Our previous plan wasn't safe.
Your previous plan? Care to explain? Ah, so my lieutenant's right. Guess there's a first time for everything. Let's see. It's Reiner Braun, right? Oh, you want to play that game, huh? God, I can't understand you two. Kabir, get me some tools.
Which ones, sir?
The ones that'll give maximum pain to these sons of bitches!
We just can't talk, okay? We'll be killed if we say anything.
Killed? By whom?
Admiral, we need to change the custody of your detainees.
Excuse me?
We're on orders from the GovCom, ma'am.
Don't you fucking ma'am me!
Admiral.
This is out of your jurisdiction.
Like hell it is! I only accept orders from the administrator.
We're not here to argue, Admiral. Our orders are incontrovertible.
And if I countermand them?
Then we'll have no choice but to arrest you, too.
God damn it. Kabir, find Caleb. I need to tear him a new one.
A new what, sir?
Kabir, just do it!
I can't believe you wouldn't tell me.
It's not the easiest thing to talk about.
That's no excuse.
Mikasa.
I was in your squad. Your squad. And you couldn't mention, not even once, that you were my uncle.
Getting mad at me for something we can't change is pointless.
I'm completely justified in being pissed off.
I didn't want to be a distraction.
Aaron's dad left us, and we had no one. A distraction would have been great.
It's easier to keep an eye on you from afar.
Yeah, amazing how successful that worked.
Mikasa, sometimes one has to make a decision. There's no telling what the right answer is. I chose to keep it from you, and yes, that was wrong, but that's past.
Were you really watching?
Yes, your mother asked me to stay with you. When Arc-Maria fell, I thought I wouldn't see you again. But like it was fated, A.R.M.I.N put you here.
Those days in Arc-Maria seem so far away now. I remember, my dad used to visit her mother. He took me with him a few times. She was very sick.
Her husband just left her before Mikasa was born. Arc-Maria was a horrid place.
No wonder it was called humanity's dumping ground.
Grisha tried everything to keep her healthy. He was one of the few doctors on board the overcrowded ship. We called on Cena to send more doctors, but they had excuse after excuse.
So she wasn't able to make it.
My dad still tried to come despite everything, but it was definitely harder.
Then I was left alone. He just abandoned me there.
Some bastards tried to come and take you. My dad told me to stay with you because he forgot some supplies back home.
But they were already there when you came in.
Oh, God.
A.R.M.I.N picked up some shard from a piece of old furniture and
eliminated the bastard.
He managed to free me from my restraints, but he was slammed against the wall by another man who was still there. Even then, he told me I had to live. It was a choice he left in my hands.
And you chose correctly.
A.R.M.I.N's father took me in after that.
Then I remember... It's a bit rusty, but it was A.R.M.I.N?
Yeah. He evaluated the evidence and pardoned you. Self-defense.
I went to Grisha's after that incident. You may not remember because I tried to keep hidden. I didn't want to remain evidence of that dark memory.
You must have decided she was best with my dad then.
I saw her hug him when we got back to the room. You two were already great friends and Grisha was a good man. But my promise was never broken. I think it's one of the reasons I still do this.
Her memory's still with you.
Always.
Levi, we got ourselves a problem up here!
What is it?
Looks like a couple of abnormals.
Abnormals?
Titans that aren't in the usual clusters.
How many?
It looks like 3 or 4.
Aaron?
This could be my first real chance to try out my power.
You sure that's a good idea?
Power or not, I'm suiting up.
Should we?
I can handle it by myself.
Don't be stupid. You need backup.
Guys, it won't be an issue. We can just...
Get out there!
I can do it. Just give me space.
Just tell me when you're set, Mikasa.
Ready.
Is anything happening?
They're still coming full on, Aaron.
What the fuck?
They've cleared the internal barrier.
Levi will take care of it, Aaron. It's all right.
External system sealed.
Open it!
There's a conflict between the higher-ups, Admiral. It's not something we can help right now.
I refuse to believe that, Reuben. This whole situation is fucked up. Where do they get the gall to treat me like some lowly cadet?
So it's not just security with A.R.M.I.N.
If we make a move, we could be implicated directly. I'm not saying we should stay out completely. Our intervention just has to be more strategic. Going in guns blazing is too rash.
Well, I'm a rash person.
With the police blocking access, we can't maneuver anyone for transfer. We're left prisoners of politics.
And what a perfect bunch we are. 2 officers and a genius runt. Is that on you?
It's probably an external communication, Admiral.
Admiral, this is Ensign Yeager. The lieutenant calling himself Kairos. He's an enemy, just like Annie. Perhaps a gene carrier like me. He's dangerous. He tried to kill me.
If he managed to get on board, he may have special access to ship computers. Tread carefully.
Good God.
Wait. Before you contact the police, let's take a step back.
A step back?
We have an enemy aboard the Arks. A powerful one at that.
Then we need to capture him and keep him quarantined.
With the political situation the way it is, if he's taken, I may not have any say in what happens.
Even if we could, that wouldn't be advisable.
You have a plan, don't you?
We already know there's people with the gene on the ship, and our best guess has always been Annie's death was a way to prevent her from talking.
But the other 2 are currently captive.
Kairos probably knows, which means he's hiding. We need to draw him out.
I'm waiting for the part where we cut his fucking head off.
Admiral, if we just kill him, no questions asked, we'll find out nothing. Aren't you curious about what their motives are? About where they're coming from?
We can just ask the 2 we have.
This one's different. I don't know how, but he's been killing left and right. And
He likes to play games with his victims.
What?
He's right, Admiral. Aaron wasn't killed, but we know he's capable of being fast.
If what you're saying is right, then how do we draw him out?
We play his game, but with better pieces.
You mean me?
For now, yes. But if he's the kind of person I think he is, Kairos may only be intrigued by special things.
You don't...
A.R.M.I.N. Arlert, the most intelligent human in existence, will be our spy.
Good job!
They were slower than you said they'd be, Hanji. And I thought I'd actually have some fun.
Aaron?
I wasn't able to do anything, Mikasa. I tried, and nothing.
Hey, we still don't know how this power works. I'm sure you'll learn. In time.
Levi? Everything went well.
Yeah. Suits are a bit rigid, but they're the new batch. They'll do.
This was the first time you left the ship since a mission with one of your former teammates.
I'm guessing this is supposed to mean something to me?
Levi.
No, you're right to ask. I've moved on from it like you said I should.
That quickly? You can fool the others into thinking you're cold-hearted, but not me.
I didn't say it was easy. I've made my peace.
It's always going to be a part of you. You just have to keep those feelings in check.
I have a great team now, Hanji. And I don't have to keep secrets anymore.
Just be sure you're not keeping them from yourself.
For this mission, my mind is clearer than ever.
Glad to hear it.
You did try, right?
Yes, don't try to sound so dismissive.
Alright, I've been more on edge than I usually am.
I couldn't tell the difference.
You know, it's... Never mind.
John, you can say what's on your mind. Not like we have anything else to do for the next 2 weeks.
I'm not the kind of person to just spill my soul to someone, okay?
That's not what I'm asking. You've obviously been mad at me since...
You can say his name.
Since Marco died.
My words at the funeral were true, Aaron. I'll never be able to forget him.
A true soldier never dies.
I know it wasn't you who made him go in, but... You're alive. And well... It's easy to blame you. Something funny?
It's just that... That's how I felt towards my dad when he took us from Maria. I blamed him for not taking my mom, too.
He was my best friend.
And she was my mother. I didn't ask for that promotion, John. It could have been you.
I would have stopped him from killing himself.
Would you? Would you really, John? Knowing someone had to die. Who would you have killed instead?
That's unfair.
It was the position I was in. Marco felt he was doing his duty by giving the ultimate sacrifice. He saved humanity. Your best friend saved everyone.
That's how he would want to be remembered.
I can't change what's happened, but I don't want this to hurt our team going forward. I know it's a crazy idea, but maybe someday we'll be friends.
Oh, yeah, when hell freezes over.
Maybe.
But, okay. I think I can pretend to tolerate you.
That's not a bad first step.
But not for you, Aaron.
Hmm?
But because Marco wouldn't forgive me if I didn't.
Alright. Let's just see how it goes from here. Deal?
Deal.
Good thing the humans love backups. So many unused rooms to choose from. It's Kairos. Reiner and Bertolt have been caught. A failed attempt on the human weapon has compromised my position. It's likely they know who I am.
Unacceptable. We cannot allow for obstructions to the plan.
I understand.
It seems you don't. With a human weapon alive, they still have a powerful countermeasure.
To my knowledge, he has no understanding of his abilities.
An unexploded bomb is still a bomb. What about the fourth?
I haven't been able to speak to them since you activated me. They're always surrounded by others.
Intentional?
We always believed the fourth was problematic. They may want to avoid confrontation.
The human weapon himself, A.R.M.I.N. They left presumably towards the system?
Yes.
Location?
Tharsis.
Interesting. You're sure?
No doubts.
We may just have to give them a welcoming party.
There's not many of them.
Remain hidden. We'll handle things from here.
Understood. I have faith in you, Commander.
While the Ensigns gradually make their way to Tharsis, things back on the Arks begin to escalate. As the GovCom's machinations come to the fore, the conflict between Caleb and Gaius finally reaches its climax.